Hey, what's going on? This is Martone, owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness, and with this one, hopefully it's not a long one, but for those of us who live a certain lifestyle, believe in certain things, specifically in terms of getting our workouts in, whatever your workout might be, I prefer to lift as heavy as I can. Especially, well, not especially, but I'm 40 now and still doing that, and it's interesting what some of us hear. What some certain things are said about us. I don't really hear stuff like that. At least not to my face. So I usually hear things from others, depending on what was made up or not. But I've heard enough at 40 years old, just in terms of when people say certain things about us, regardless of what some of us are into, when people say certain things about us, I think many more of us should be less offended about the stuff that people say about us, especially once you get to a certain age. Again, at 40, I don't really know what's being said about me anymore. For the most part, I don't care. Just praying that things go the way that they could or should or however, when it comes to that, and just reacting as best as I can if I do hear certain things or certain people are dumb enough to say certain things to my face to where I can do what I would like to do to them if I choose to do it, and I usually choose not to. Um, but for people to, again, for those of us who uh, choose to study instead of going out to party and dating and doing certain things, and then instead of going out to party and drink and you know go to bars and stay up all night and stuff, certain things, and people get mad at us for not doing it. Um, and then for those of us who work out and have a certain amount of strength and probably a certain amount of size, and for people to be bored enough to waste time and talk about whether or not any of us are on steroids, male or female. Um, Depending on, almost regardless of what certain people are saying about us, when we choose to not go out to party, not drinking, not smoking, um, not staying out all night, or not going out at all, having a certain amount of size and strength, and all of a sudden saying that we're on steroids. That should be looked, though it's annoying and stupid, should be probably, especially if you're at a certain age, looked upon as a compliment. Because if they're saying stupid stuff like that, that means, unless somebody can prove otherwise, that means that there are things about us that really bothers them, and it's not because it's a bad thing. It is interesting on how mad certain people get at you for doing things that you should be doing, or that's good for you, and people get mad at you for it. Trying to eat healthy, going vegan, going to the gym instead of going out, prioritizing your health, your fitness, your strength. um, for me, the people who had a certain amount to say about me, um, for trying to study when I was in high school, when I was in college, especially the stuff that was fitness related, specifically the stuff that was fitness related. And then all of a sudden, people get sick or get hurt, have pain in certain muscles and don't know what those muscles are. And hey, nephew, or hey, Martone, I got pain here. And I was like, oh, now all of a sudden you give a damn about the stuff I've been studying all this time, or talking about being on steroids. And thankfully I learned at an early age, early enough age. I think I might have been at least 23, 24, to where I learned that people are wasting time talking about me or anyone else being on steroids. That means there's stuff that you are doing that they either have not done yet or probably can't do. And that's male or female, being able to do certain pull-ups and lifting a certain amount with deadlifts and bench and squat and uh, whatever it is that we're doing, to where we're having a certain amount of strength, a certain amount of speed, And God forbid you actually put the work in that many of us have put in to actually do that, to get that. And people just can't help themselves but to talk about steroids. So steroid or genetics. Many of the excuses and lies that people come up with, to where uh, a lot of people not understanding how disrespectful and stupid it is to say certain things, and that includes people saying, "Oh, well, it's because you have good genetics." There has never been a time to where people saw me and any of my family members, especially on my dad's side of the family, and think, "Oh, all of you work out, all of you are really strong." You haven't seen that, but yet because you've seen me do certain things, and I think it might be more for black people. I'm not sure, but again, at 40 years old, based off of what I've seen, what I've heard, it seems like more of that garbage is said about us, any of us that are not white, to where they'll anybody be bored enough and dumb enough to say, "Oh, it's genetics." Um, I'm not really mad about it, but again, I put this together for those who might not be at a point in their life to where they can look at it as a compliment when people say those stupid things. I think it might say more about them. I was like, are you really that upset that you either haven't done it yet or that you can't do it, to where you use the excuse of genetics or steroids? So if you are one of those people who choose to work out or study and not go out to drink and smoke and stay out all night, and doing things that you don't think necessarily benefit you towards achieving towards what you want to achieve, keep doing it. And for those who have nothing better to do than to try to pick on us for it, uh, instead of being overly mad about it, if mad about it at all, just look at it as a compliment. Hopefully this message reaches you well today. This is Martone and Trainer Fuller Fitness. Take care.